Biden administration expected to announce the diplomatic boycott of Beijing Olympics this week. CNN. The Biden administration is expected to announce this week that no U.S. government officials will attend the 2022 Beijing Olympics, implementing a diplomatic boycott of the Games, according to several sources. The move would allow the U.S. to send a message on the world stage to China without preventing U.S. athletes from competing. The National Security Council, which has been privately discussing the boycott, declined to comment. President Joe Biden told reporters last month that he was weighing a diplomatic boycott as Democratic and Republican lawmakers, including House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, advocated for one in protest of China's human rights abuses. A full boycott is not expected, meaning U.S. athletes will still be allowed to compete. The last time the U.S. fully boycotted the Olympics was in 1980s when former President Jimmy Carter was in office. In response to the news, Beijing warned it would take resolute countermeasures against the Biden administration if the diplomatic boycott went ahead. The U.S. should stop politicizing sports and hyping up the so-called diplomatic boycott so as not to affect the China-U.S. dialogue and cooperation in important areas. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Zhao Lijian said at the news conference Monday. Zhao called the potential boycott a stain on the spirit of the Olympic Charter and the sensationalist and politically manipulative move by U.S. politicians. Last month's virtual summit between Biden and Chinese President Xi Jinping, seen as some of the most critical diplomatic talks of Biden's presidency, yielded no significant outbreaks. However, it served as the auspicious restart to relations following steep deterioration during the final year of the Trump administration and continued hostility into the Biden administration, including when U.S. and Chinese diplomats traded berths during a March summit in Alaska. Throughout the November summit, Biden and Xi engaged in the healthy debate, according to a senior Biden administration official present for the discussions. Biden raised concerns about the human rights, Chinese aggression towards Taiwan, and trade issues. Nearly every major issue Biden is focused on, including addressing supply chain issues, climate change, North Korea, and Iran, has a nexus to China. And the two countries, which have the world's two largest economies, remain in dispute over trade, military aggression, global infrastructure, public health, and human rights. Biden has long argued that democracies can deliver more effectively than autocracies like China. And he's used the bipartisan infrastructure law to show domestically how political parties in democracies can work together. Xi, meanwhile, cemented his consolidation of power after the Chinese Communist Party adopted the landmark resolution elevating him in stature to that of his two most powerful predecessors, Mao Zedong and Deng Xiaoping. He is attempting to seek an unprecedented third term in power at the 20-party Congress next fall. This story has been updated with additional information Sunday. CNN, Megan Vasquez, and Nectar Gunn contributed to this report.